and we're going to start because it is also 7:31. So thank you everybody for joining us. Um, and to look back a little bit at 2025, we know we've got a good full agenda with all of our vice chairs and surgeons in chief going to tell us looking back at 2025, kind of putting the year in perspective. And I think it's a good thing to do at the end of every year to kind of look back at many of the amazing things that were achieved. I mean, especially in the context of, I just took a few of these from the internet. I mean, there's like, some this has been a extremely challenging time, a very emotional time, I think, for all of us. And we've benefited from great leadership. Many of our McGill faculty have been very involved. Like Patrick Charlebois, the head of the ACUC, I don't think expected this in his last year of his term. So very emotional. We've seen people speak out in the media from our department, which I think is really important. And so I think, but we have that in the background, and of course it's still ongoing, but of course it will be resolved. It leaves us with I kind of most, I think for most of us kind of raw emotions. But so I think it's all the more important to look back at some of the really amazing accomplishments of our department, and I think we can look back at pride with pride and in the support we've given each other and in the way we're still able to move forward and get our jobs done for our patients and for each other, for our students and residents, and in our research missions and innovation missions. So that's what today is going to be about. Very positive spin on the year, which I think is important. On December 18th. We start with, I'm just going to start with a little quick review of some numbers. The department continues to grow. It's quite a large department. Now we're at 342 in total. And this growth, a lot of it is in our affiliate sites as McGill expands its teaching sites because of the expansion of the number of medical students. But we've also seen recruitment for full-time recruitment, including on the clinical side. And Dr. Chaytor and Dr. Dimentberg will go through some of those, and I'll go through some of our amazing MUHC recruits. And I think when you look at that, and Professor Barralet will tell us about the research recruits. I think when you look at our amazing ability to recruit fantastic, absolutely fantastic new faculty. That's really the present and the future, and that's where we can definitely derive a huge amount of pride and excitement as these young people will continue to inspire us and move us in the right direction. So actually, almost all divisions have had very strong recruitment this year, and a very high number of very talented recruits. In orthopedics, Dr. Barimani at the JGH and Dr. Montroy at the JGH, Dr. Jason Corbin at the MUHC. In general surgery, we welcomed Olivia Hirschhorn, who came after residency in Winnipeg and fellowship at UBC, and Dr. Andrew McDonald in transplant surgery at the MUHC after fellowship at Mayo and residency in Edmonton, and Dr. Dimitra coming home after fellowship. We recruited in division of cardiac surgery after a long while. We're thrilled to have Dr. David Drilinski back at the MUHC after his training and then working at Western and at the SHIM. And again, welcoming home Dr. Stephen Hanley after working in the Outaouais for many years and really showing great academic leadership there. And huge, great recruitment in plastic surgery with Dr. Charlotte Jaloux at the MUHC, Dr. Miriam McDonald at the JGH, and Dr. Tyler Safran at the MUHC. So very exciting, amazing recruitment, and I think that's brings a huge amount of energy to the department. I want to really, I know a lot of this went around as emails, but amazing kudos to Professor Mwale, who was named as a James McGill Professor, and Professor Giulio Fiore, who was named as a Canada Research Chair. I think these are really amazing accomplishments, and they speak to the to the quality of the science in the Department of Surgery. Promotion, congratulations to two of our colleagues promoted to full professor in 2025, including Dr. Dan Deckelman, Dr. George Zagopoulos, who also moved to tenure track position after completing the FRQS cycle. So really great congratulations, Dr. Evan Wong and Dr. Stephanie Wong, both being promoted to associate professor, and Dr. Nela Goslan Papadopoulos, who's really a fantastic leader in the Outaouais, being promoted up to assistant professor. We also had some on the clinical side, some transitions, including some folks who have been with us for a while, including Dr. Weber, who's moved on to the University of Connecticut, Dr. Gilardino, who has his position at the Children's, but has stepped down as division director and from his clinical work here, and Dr. Heather Gill, who's moved on to Dalhousie. And so we have welcomed new leadership, again, new energy and new perspectives. So Dr. Josh Vorstenbosch has stepped up as division head in plastic surgery and doing a fantastic job and getting nailed with many, many emails these last couple of days. And then great, leadership shown in our program. Residency programs with Dr. Dino Zamet taking over in plastic surgery, and in general surgery, Senator Lieberman stepping down after 5 years or so, with Dr. J.S. Peltier taking over, Dr. Mathieu Rousseau as assistant program director, and then Dr. Allison Pang moving into as program director in surgical foundations. Dr. Tanzer is actually traveling, so I'm going to give his report of the MUHC OR activity. I'll go briefly. So basically, our main challenge at the MUHC, our main pain point, as for many of us, is that the needs of the population continue to grow, whereas our access has been, we were quite challenged with access, especially in the fall, especially at the Royal Victoria site. And we continue our strategic orientation, which is to really use all the sites that are available to us as strategically as we can, to aligning patient needs where we can safely and efficiently operate on patients. The main opportunities for expansion have come at Ville Marie, and we've expanded up, including to our 4 rooms a day, and including in programs like where we've expanded in general surgery, being able to provide some cancer care and orthopedic trauma, which has been a huge benefit to the emergency pressures at the MGH. And the concept is this will help us prioritize what cases have to be done at the RVH and MGH. But that's been difficult, challenging, and requiring a lot of changes to the schedule, and this has been challenging and difficult on everybody, I think. And we've had to modify our distribution of OR time to meet those access challenges. And I'll show this year, one of the big challenges will be our 1 year and cancer over 50-68 cases, where there's a fair bit of attention being placed on the MUHC. So having to create space to get over the hump on some of those cases. If we look at our volumes, looking at our Power BI, this is for the not for the calendar year, but our fiscal year through period 7. So some of our access challenges obviously are demonstrated with about a 5% decrease in the number of cases compared to the year before at the MGH, and about a 12% decrease in the number of cases at the RVH. So this is not a surprise to anybody working at these places. This has been a very, very challenging time. Lachine has been doing better, increasing the number of ORs, and that's been fantastic. And the CMS again increasing to almost 4 operating rooms a day, and helping us at least for appropriate cases have some access for those cases. As to as well, continuing to maintain a very high volume of cases. With those use of flex time and allocation, we've been able to actually try to keep our cancer wait lists under control, a little bit better control than last year, surprisingly, with all of, not surprisingly, but as you know, that's what we've had to do. And we're almost at the volume of oncology cases year to date compared to before the pandemic. if you take all of those things together, I will expect that actually with all of those adjustments that we'll probably be able to maintain our volumes overall compared to last year, which are actually which are above the volumes pre-pandemic. At the MGH, Dr. Aoud rolled out a new emergency case dashboard, and that's really, really helpful. I think most of us at the MGH use that all the time, and it will be rolling out at the RVH in a very short period of time as well. The push for us at the MUHC, main attention, unwanted attention perhaps from the ministry, is with our order cases. We're not doing great. Our surgical wait list overall is extremely high. It's a new homeostasis, but it's settled in at about 1,000 cases more than we had pre-pandemic. We have order cases for cancer at the Royal Victoria Hospital site. Our overall cancer wait list at 460 some patients. And the main thing that we're being paid attention to is our fact that although we were decreasing our order cases, this has stabilized and then kind of increased. And that's our main pressure for coming into these next few months. So creating additional time at the Ville Marie, we were allowed to open a fifth room, and hopefully they'll be able to staff it. And working on second offers and transfers, and some patients accept that, and priority booking for more than 9 to 12 months cases when appropriate. Good news is that through a huge amount of work at the Vic and great leadership, I'd say, in anesthesia and nursing, there will be some increase in OR access at the Vic in the fall, which is very welcome, of course. So we're going to move on to Dr. Chaytor at the JGH.
Morning, everybody. Happy holidays to everyone. I'm not going into as deep a detail that Leanne just went into regarding our surgery. I will give an overview of how we're doing. Next slide, Leanne. So our total number of cases, this is through period 12. So it's a month off of our total for the year. We've done over 9,000 cases at the main OR at the Jewish. We are running stable, 11 rooms. A lot of days we're getting to 12, and occasionally we're getting to 13. So our main problem, obviously after the pandemic, was nursing. Our head nurse in the operating room has been fantastic in terms of recruitment, and we've been able to recruit a number of nurses to our operating room. Nursing is not an issue now. Then it became anesthesia. We had 5 anesthetists all retire within a 18-month period. So then our anesthesia department has done really well in terms of recruitment. And then our RTs. So we had 5 RTs pregnant at the same time, which really cut down on our RTs. So the reason we haven't been able to get back to 13 rooms and stable at 13 rooms is we have 5 RTs off on mat leave right now. One is coming back in January, so we're hoping to get stable at 12. And the others are due back sometime next summer. So we're hoping to get back to our pre-pandemic number of 13 rooms at the JGH. We also use laser view for our anterior eye and cataracts. And we use Outremont as our offsite private surgical center. They're not nearly as efficient as Ville Marie. So we've done less than 1,000 cases at Outremont this year, but our volumes are stable, and we're hoping the number should be that we're close to 14,000 cases by the end of this calendar year. Next slide. Colorectal and gen surgery gave me their breakdown. I didn't do the breakdown for any other division. They had actually submitted it. They've done 565 emergency consults. Our emergency room still is the busiest one in the province. They're seeing over 300 consults or 300 patients a day in our emergency room. They've done 540 operative cases from these emergency room consults. That's colorectal gen surge. It's 2,076 and a total of 2,010 operative cases. Total in their emergency cases, 792. We've done 536 elective breast cases, 128 hepatobiliary, and a general surgery elective 554. Next slide. We've had 2 retirements at the Jewish. They're on progressive retirements. Dr. Len Rosen took progressive retirement as of January of last year. So of this year, he will be fully retired in January of 2027. Dr. David Zucker, who's been the chief of orthopedics at the Jewish for at least 30 years. Took progressive retirement as of June of 2027, and he will be fully retired as of June 2027. Our new recruits, Leanne touched on them. Bardia Baramani he did his residency here at McGill. He did a fellowship in arthroplasty at the University of Toronto. He then went to Texas and was working in Texas for a couple of years and got recruited back into Dr. Rosen's PEM. And he's specialist in knee and hip arthroplasty. Julien Montroy did his residency at McGill. He then did 2 fellowships back to back at University of Miami, one in arthroplasty, the other in MSK oncology. He is working at the Jewish doing hip and knee arthroplasty and MSK oncology, mostly secondary metastases at our site, but he's also working at the RVH with the MSK oncology people. In vascular surgery, Anna is not officially with us yet. Anna did a residency at McGill. She's leaving to do an endovascular surgery in Australia as of January. She's going to be doing endovascular surgery. She's been helping out at the Jewish for all fall since she finished her residency while she was waiting to go do her fellowship. And she's been an amazing asset, and she'll be coming back to the Jewish in January of 2027. And our other excellent recruit is in plastic surgery, Miriam McDonald. She's a double board certified plastic surgeon. She was board certified in Brazil in 2013. She came to Canada with her husband in 2017. Then did a complete residency at McGill, God love her, and then did a fellowship in breast reconstruction and microsurgery at the University of Ottawa. She joins Tasso and Alex in the plastics department and is very active in doing breast reconstruction after oncology surgery. So in terms of our academic mission, as Leanne touched on, we have a number of people that are active at McGill. J.S. Pelche is now the program director for general surgery. He left as program director of Surgical Foundation. Alison Pang took over Surgical Foundation's program director from J.S. Pelche. Nancy Moran is colorectal residency program director. Emmanuel Moss is still program director for cardiac surgery. Ellie Gershwitz is still the vascular program director. Spira Vanunu is the fellowship director for the JJH Hepatobiliary Fellowship. Evan Wong is the general surgery competency chair, and I'm the orthopedic surgery competency chair at McGill. The assistant dean for UGME accreditation is Simon Bergman. He just stepped down, and there's an active search and selection committee ongoing for the new assistant dean. And then the assistant dean for the PGME accreditation is Gabby Gidaliscu. And I left off my slide. Shannon Fraser is the assistant chair for faculty life for the Department of Surgery. And I think that's it for me.
Thank you so much, Ruth. Ron, go ahead.
Hi, good morning, everyone. This is going to sound really boring by comparison. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So this is
Okay, I can go back to speak.
Yeah, go ahead.
this is the St. Mary's review. These are divisional chiefs. Nothing much new there other than 4 out of our 7 divisional directors are new, not in 2025, but in the past few years. Next slide. In terms of resignations, none at St. Mary's. We had across our CS, we had 6 surgeons who resigned this past year. Dr. Benet from LaSalle went private. Dr. Salim from LaSalle left, who was the site chief of surgery, left for medical reasons. Dr. Zaleh went private. Dr. Bowman, I'm not sure, to be honest. Dr. Ely went private, and Dr. Halabi went private. In terms of retirements, Dr. George Sejan, who has been the chief of ENT for probably close to 40 years, had a stellar career at St. Mary's, retired this past year. Next slide. In terms of new staff, as Leanne mentioned, Dr. Olivia Hirschhorn started with us in July of this past year. She is a McGill graduate. She did her residency at University of Manitoba. She did a colorectal surgery fellowship in Vancouver, and we're very happy to have her back here in Montreal. Dr. Manu Cherry, who did a fellowship in laparoscopic surgery, I believe, at McGill, going back probably about 10 years, is now part-time at St. Mary's. He's been working at Santa Cabrini for the past decade and is now working part-time at St. Mary's, mostly to help us out because we've had a loss of some of our staff in the general surgery department. I marked Dr. Marchicha, but actually, when I thought about it, she's been around for a long time, so forget about that. In terms of new staff outside of St. Mary's, Dr. Giuseppe Frenda just got hired in the past few months at LaSalle. He is a McGill graduate with a colorectal fellowship specialty. Dr. Omar Abuzar to replace another surgeon who recently left at LaSalle. Has been hired there. He's a general surgeon who's been practicing in St. Anne's Hospital in Gaspésie for the past 8 or 9 years. And Dr. Jonathan Doyon in orthopedics at the Lakeshore. Next slide, please. So we still have, we have 63 PEMs overall across our CS. We still have PEMs available in general surgery that we're looking to recruit over the next couple of years. And there is a strategic plan in place, working with Dr. Dimentberg to try to rebuild some of our breast oncology care, something that has been, I guess I could say, decimated over the past few years. And this is something that we would like to build up. We understand that there's long waiting lists at the 2 other McGill hospitals. We think that we can play a role in helping in that regard. And there's also 1 PEM available in plastics. We're looking to recruit a hand surgeon. In terms of news, not a hell of a lot. We are in the planning phase, working with architects and planning on an OR renovation. Our hospital is well overdue. You know, I've seen so many broken promises over the years that I'm hopeful that this is going to actually get accomplished while I'm still in practice. We're hoping for a 27-28 start date. Of course, once we start talking about money and funding, everything changes. But we have a solid plan in place to renovate 9 new operating rooms at St. Mary's. This past year, we won it's called a Prix d'Excellence de Réseau de la Santé Service Social for our reducing our carbon imprint in the operating room. And one of our anesthetists in particular has been a leader in recycling all of our paper from our operating room, and this has been recognized by the ministry. In January, we opened a new 3,600 square foot orthopedic clinic at St. Mary's, which actually was a really went smoothly and went from conception to opening in about 6 months, which is really quite remarkable for a public institution. Our St. Mary's Research Center is expanding under Dr. Megarichian, and February 2026, he's planning on having our first visiting professor at our research center, a general surgeon from Sunnybrook Hospital in Toronto, who is going to be giving surgical grand rounds February 12th, 2026, and that's going to be a first for St. Mary's Research Center. So that's an exciting new direction for us. From a surgical perspective, we do about 7,000 cases a year. We've been fairly constant this year. I would say our numbers are virtually identical to last year. We operate 7 rooms at St. Mary's. One ophthalmology works at a private CMS. They're the only surgical division that works outside of the hospital. So we've pretty much offloaded all of our ophthalmology to a CMS. We've expanded our use of double arthroplasty rooms this year, where we have those surgeons that have the stamina to do so, can work in 2 operating rooms simultaneously. We have some of our younger orthopedic surgeons doing 6 total joints in a day, moving from room to room. And I'm just on a meeting. We'll be back in a few minutes. Just give me 2 minutes, Kelly. Thank you. And other than that, we have a very close working relationship with our CEO, Cinda Heward, who's been with us for about 20 years, has retired. She just won the Philanthropy Award for the City of Montreal. She had a presentation to that effect about a month ago. Our new CEO, Nadia Wendowski, started in July, and we have a new DSP, as most of you know, Louise Marner, who was the previous DSP at the Jewish. And with that, I'll say happy holidays to everybody and a healthy new year.
Thanks, Ron. I'm going to go to Dr. Fraser next.
Sure. So I think almost a year ago, we introduced the Pulse 360 feedback program that we then asked our leadership members to go through over the last few months. We've just completed that cohort of people to try and work out some of the kinks and the nuances of having that in our system, where we don't have a common email or pool for our nursing and assistants in order to give us that 360 lens. But we had feedback from 760 individuals for our leaders, and this includes some of themselves rating themselves. And it was divided into these sections, which gained some insight for our leaders. We'll go to the next slide. And then we looked at how we compared to different groups. So overall, there's the research behind all this feedback. Most of the surgeons and chiefs and chairs thought it was accurate, it was well received, and it was effective. Next slide. And this is how we stacked up against this benchmark group of people. So physician leaders from North America, which include the Harvard group and several sites in Canada. The benchmark norm was about 70, and we scored slightly higher, which is good news for us. As we can see from the previous reports, we have great leadership. And these are the sites that we're benchmarking against. It ranges from places like Hawkesbury General Hospital up to UHN in Toronto and the CMPA, as well as several sites in the States as well, including Mass General and Brigham and Women's. So it's broken down into start, keep, and stop kind of behaviors. For our leaders, the top 3 themes that we needed to start doing was improving communication, teaching and supporting staff, and increasing accountability. So we get the numbers as well as the comments from the people that are evaluating us. And this is an example. I'm going through this because we're going to ask you all to participate in the coming month. The next slide, please. So, yeah, so the plan is to open Pulse 360 to all attending staff for the Department of Surgery. And it's almost painless, I think most of the leaders would say. You just have to identify from the pool that has already been created, or you can add the people that you work closely with, you would appreciate some feedback with. This includes our trainees, our residents, other staff, other non-surgical staff, as well as our assistants and nursing colleagues. Then you get your reports back, and those, if you are identified as having some areas that you might want to work on, there's coaching and educational modules that we can hook you up with to improve some of the skills that we use every day. In terms of other things going on with the life cycle, I want to thank everybody that completed the survey in the fall. We're still working on how to leverage some of the opportunities that were identified that would be useful for our attendings across the life cycle of being a surgeon at McGill. And one of those things would be to improve access to resources that come up across the life cycle. So there is a website. We're looking for content. Right now, we had a great presentation on fertility issues in surgery, and that presentation and some of the resources are on that website. There's going to be more educational modules on that. And if you have some ideas for that, or you are giving a presentation that you think would be a good fit, please let me know and we'll add that content as well. We always get 1,000,005 emails every day, and it's hard to sift through them all. I appreciate those people that get back to me about what they were thinking. I've met with some of the leaders regarding what they do at different sites in terms of onboarding new recruits, and we just heard about how many new recruits we have. I think we need to highlight what we can communicate to our new recruits, as well as the opportunities at the other end of the spectrum in terms of retirement planning and how all that fits into what we do on a day-to-day basis just to get through the day and get our patients seen. That's my report.
Thank you very much, Shannon. I'm going to go to Professor Haglund next for mentorship.
Good morning, everyone. Next slide, please. So I will give a very short or brief summary of the survey that Dr. Fraser just described, that many of you took part of. So the survey was designed to determine how to best guide our faculty to reach maximum support. And we asked questions regarding how challenging in launching a clinical career, and most common challenges revolve around time management, administrative burden, and institutional processes. Next, please. We also asked about launching a research career and found that time allocation, mentorship, and resource availability, along with managing students and balancing multiple roles, were among the top challenges. Next. An overwhelming majority of the respondents, 78%, reported not having a formal mentor. So this is clearly a significant gap. Next, please. And most of those who had a mentor arranged it by themselves. Next. Although a lot of people said that they didn't have a mentor, most respondents indicated that it would be very useful to have one. Please. Next. And the top preferred mentorship that was prioritized was career planning. So next. So just to summarize all of this, there is a critical need for structured mentorship, better administrative support, and programs that address time management and resource allocation across the department to improve career development and retention. Next, please. So this leads me to the next part. We are in response to this introducing a modified grant preparation support program tailored for FRSQ Junior 1 level investigators that will start in the spring of 2026. This initiative includes an open workshop with a tentative date of March 18. And this will focus specifically on FRSQ and Junior 1 application. The workshop will highlight procedures to give practical tips and information about this specific grant. So in addition to the workshop, individuals that are applying will be paired with a small group of mentors and peers to have successful and navigated a process in the past. And these groups will be organized by research background or interest, and they will meet 2 to 3 times during the process. So if you're planning to apply, please join the workshop, and please reach out to me so we can start to set these groups together. Next, please. So we've also been working on the self-evaluation and performance process, and to clearly distinguish the 6 job profiles that we have within our department. Next, please. So these are the 6 that we have. Next, please. So the format will be in the beginning very similar to what we have right now, with general information and last year's goals being pre-populated. You will have to upload your CV and summarize your achievements as in the past. Next, please. And there will be different evaluation domains. So teaching, clinical contribution, research, and administration will have expectations according to the job profile that you identify yourself with. And then consulting and professionalism will be the same for everyone. And it will follow the regular McGill 6th grading rating system. Next, please. That was it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lisbeth. Dr. Vassiliou, education.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. So I'll just give you a little brief update. So as many of you may recall, last year in 2024, we held a department-wide education retreat. And essentially, the sort of main goal that came out of that retreat was the development of this division of surgical education. And so a lot of our work this year has been in terms of developing this sort of new entity. And I want to really just acknowledge this steering committee, or we've met on a very regular basis. So, of course, Justine, Carol Wissa is a graduate student who we brought on board, and she's been really instrumental in helping us to sort of keep things moving forward. Miriam Wagner and Carlos Gomez, also from the Institute of Health Sciences Education, and David Drulinski from Cardiac, and Mark Tufik from ENT. We actually have a physical space at the Montreal General Hospital, which is a real sort of rarity. And it used to be a space that was used for other sort of education-related activities. And it's in D6257, so right across from Leanne's office at the General and next to the cafe and everything, so very well located. It's a small space, but we're sort of having to clean it out and kind of repurpose it for the dose. So that's been an ongoing project as well. And we've been working on not only the creation of our sort of brand. When we initially had the idea of how we're going to build this, it was sort of build it and they will come. So we're taking kind of that approach to it. And this is not the finalized version, but the logo will likely look something like this. And so we'll, more to follow on the final versions of that. Part of the process of doing this branding exercise, and we're working with a firm on this, is also sort of develop what we call this unique value proposition. Next slide. which I'll share with you. So the McGill University's Division of Surgical Education is a community transforming how surgeons learn and lead at the highest level. We blend the science of education with the real-world complexities of surgery to build clarity, presence, and decision-making under pressure. This is surgical mastery redefined, where innovation and connection drive performance. So really bringing in that piece of trying to create a place where people feel like they belong, where people feel like they can connect with others, working on various projects, whether it be for teaching purposes, for research and education, or for developing curricula, projects, etc., bouncing ideas off of people. So we're sort of building it with this vision in mind, and so more to come about that. Next slide, please. So in the very short term, of course, we're running again our resident leadership course, which will be, I guess, one of the um, first sort of initiatives on behalf of DOSE. We did give the course last year in collaboration with Des Hotel Management, and it was a very well received. The feedback was excellent, and I think that the participants really benefited from it. I'll give you a few more details in the next slide. But another thing that came from I think Leanne's initiative, but we'll be taking care of that also on behalf of DOSE, is to really try to enroll all of the surgical residents as members of the American College of Surgeons, because there's a huge vast array of resources for residents in all different subspecialties that I think we're probably underutilizing. So we're going to help help residents take advantage of those resources. So more to come about that. We'll probably be reaching out to your programs to get information. So please answer our emails. There will be an official DOSE launch event, and the date has been set now for June 4th, 2026. So please mark your calendars. It'll be a sort of a 5 à 7 type event where we'll sort of bring together people and try to gather ideas about what some of the other new initiatives for DOSE should be. And in addition, of course, we'll be developing, once we have sort of the branding set up, developing our website, which we're hoping will be not just for informational purposes, but a functional website that may eventually include ways that you can log your CME activities that are related to McGill, maybe develop your teaching dossier, other things that might help you in the education realm, as well as connect with people doing research, etc. And of course, we will also be launching on behalf of DOSE a version of the STAR course that Dr. LaChapelle had given in the past in terms of learning how to teach in the operating room. Will probably be one of our initiatives as well. And then just developing really some ways for both program directors and undergraduate leadership to sort of come together and support each other, share common ideas, break down some of these silos, which is something that had come up as well in our retreat. And I just want to put in a plug out for this that Dr. Chaytor mentioned that Dr. Simone Bergman is stepping down, and there is an active call out now for applicants for a UGME program director and clerkship course director. It's one position, but please send in your applications ASAP. The deadline is in a few days from now. And final slide. So I just wanted to give a little bit more information because the applications are also open for this course. So program directors can nominate their residents, senior residents, or fellows to participate. There's going to be 4 modules that are being held on Thursday evenings. Leading yourself and others, listening to understand, collaboration and teamwork, and communication skills for difficult challenges. I'm sure we can all relate to all of these topics that are very relevant to the world that we work in now. So please encourage your residents. They can apply. Residents and fellows can apply themselves, or program directors can nominate them. So please do that. And I'm grateful to have this opportunity at the department level. And I wish everybody happy holidays. Thank you.
Thank you, Melina. And we're going to close up with Professor Barralet, his report on our research activities this year.
Thank you, and good morning. If I know you're all multitaskers, so I have one other mission here, which is to kind of double the number of followers we have on our YouTube channel. I'd like you to take out your cell phones, please, and follow that QR code and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you need to run, take a screenshot, and if you're going to stick around, then it'll come up again. Next slide, please. Louis Nicolas Veleux is not really new, but he's actually in the McGill system now, so we welcome him in. Next slide, please. And in urology, we have a new hire in researcher, Eva Michaud. Next slide, please. We have some retirements and leaves this year. Maria Petropavlovskaya left after 30 years, I think, of working with in the Jewish with Lawrence Rosenberg. Raul Gary has moved on to Toronto, and Sharon Turner, after nearly, I think, 40 years service to McGill, has left the administration of the graduate program. We had some successes in the FRQS awards, thanks to eSIM, which Dr. Haglund explained has evolved into a new program. Anthony Bosso, Ipshita Prakash, Joanna Prisball, Jonathan Spicer, and Nizan Campo. Congratulations to you all and good luck with your programs. Publications, 654 publications this year versus 605 last year. Next slide, please. There was a slide showing that's this year-on-year increase, and the surgery is the 7th most published topic in the whole of McGill. There it is. And that's a big deal because sexier things like AI and biomedical engineering, they're like 50th most published thing at McGill. And you can see the 4th one there, oncology, also surgery, very active. So we're pumping out about somewhere between 6 to 10% of all of McGill's research output. Next slide, please. So funding is on the way up. It's not a fully accurate number, but give or take 10%, we're in the right ballpark, and there's no major threats to our income. We had a surgical and interventional sciences open day in an attempt to improve recruitment in March 27th this year. It was great. I think we had over 100 McGill undergraduates interacting. It's very rare that people can interact with us directly. We have another one coming up, so mark your calendars, March the 19th this year. And it's a great place for people to find out about residency as well as our graduate program and the MD PhD program. With regards to numbers, we have a bumper crop this year, so it obviously worked having our open day. We've hit 122 for the first time ever. We're in triple figures in terms of graduate students in our program. PhDs are up, and a huge jump in the number of masters, mainly because the non-thesis masters as our kind of no stipend recruitment strategy is working very well. There should be some comparative numbers in there if you're interested to see how we are growing. Next slide, please. We have kudos to some of our graduate students. They were nominated for an award for their work on reducing energy consumption in the operating rooms at the Glen site. They were at this Envirolis Awards Gala. Why is that significant? Because they were the only A, students, and B, people from the public sector at an event that was otherwise exclusively attended by members of the environmental and waste control industry. So we were kind of an anomaly, and they did really well to be nominated. Next step, and there they are with their award. We threatened this time last year that we would be opening SUPER. SUPER is the Surgical Performance Enhancement and Robotics Center, which I shortened to just the Robotics Center. It opened in April this year. We already have 2 postdocs, 5 PhDs, 9 master's students. That research has resulted in 2 FDA approvals, which is probably McGill's record as well. This is run by Dr. Hushia and Dr. Feldman. Next click, please. And if you don't know, that's in the research wing, which is now called the Dr. Phil Gold Pavilion at the MGH around the back in the car park. The SUPER was recognized on a provincial level at the Prix Hippocrate, which is held at the Old Stock Exchange, which is a pretty impressive place. And they won the award in the category of transformation in healthcare. That's great. We have created the Graduate Executive Committee, which has bi-monthly meetings, which looks at issue resolution, policy, and reports to the Surgical Executive. That's chaired by Vassiliou. If you remember, this is our strategic plan. We have pillars: surgical outcomes and quality, regenerative medicine, surgical education, oncology. We are committed to that plan. And next slide, please. We've been looking at all of the things that we teach in our graduate program and looking at the learning outcomes and checking that they map onto that. And if they don't, we are fixing that. So we're sending out surveys now to students that have taken our courses to see what they think about it. And we'll be getting in some external reviewers to audit our curriculum and recommend updates. Next slide, please. So far, we're coming up with the idea of a foundational curriculum that is common to all of our different concentrations, and we don't have time to get into it, but happy to have any input from people that are interested. Next slide, please. We have new courses coming up. We have a really popular AI in medicine course. It's like 100 students. We have an advanced topics coming out, also run by Dr. Hushia, CRISPR and gene editing. A new concentration with otolaryngology will be folded into SIS, and we have new programs in the works. It takes months and months and months and months and months of endless committees to get anything approved, but we're in there. We're in there. Next slide, please. So if you missed it at the beginning, you're ready now. This is your chance to join the YouTube video. Get that QR code saved somehow. The digital hub. So, we have a website. We've moved on from websites. We are now doing anything else that's digital. We have an Instagram and this YouTube channel. They put out over 46 videos. There'll be another 4 up by this time next week. We're up to the thousands of views. Why do we care about how many people join? Because we can get income and then sustain this thing. And you're very welcome to submit any materials we have. We have a team now that can convert any recording, including this one today, will be cut up into little shorts and put out on YouTube for the highlights. So feel free to use this outlet to advertise anything that you think is important. Next slide, please. Other things the digital hub have done. We have a chat bot on our admissions site so students can ask questions. We have a LinkedIn site that's very, very active, and we have an ebook which makes it very easy for us to change without having to go and fiddle with our websites, and that's coming out for 26, 27. Next slide, please. There was a thing at McGill called Gradsuru, which is the first time McGill wondered how students were enjoying their graduate research experience at McGill. So they sent out this questionnaire that's kind of national across North America, and just to say that we aced it, right? So this particular slide, just look at the last 2 points there. Maybe you can't read them, but it says overall quality and overall value, 96% and 83%, very, very highly scored. We're scoring low in that we don't ask our students to teach much, which is probably normal. Next slide, please. We also did extremely well in equity, inclusivity, and diversity in the 90s for everything. And next slide, please. Here's another one. Faculty members give me reinforcement for my accomplishments. You see this yellow dot, hopefully. That's where we are. The other yellow dots, they're the other graduate programs at McGill. We're like at the top in everything. So I think it's time that we give kudos to the SIS graduate program team who work tirelessly with extremely challenging conditions, led by Professor Mwali, Micha Hun, Laura Epure, and Sharon Turner. Please turn on the claps, Dr. Feldman. Okay, next click, please. There you go. Excellent. Hey. Last thing, there's some free money coming finally from the government to try and support all of these students. If you have any students coming and they've registered to come, you can nominate them to receive one of the Canada Impact Plus Research Training Award, where there'll be 600 doctoral awards scattered over 20 universities in Canada, and we might get a few of them. So you're encouraged to nominate those people. There'll be emails coming out. Also, postdocs. We have a lot of money for postdocs, and it's NSERC, so it's in the health and biotech sector as well. That just leads me to wish you all the best for the holidays, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Jake. So we're going to close off just by thanking our administrators. They've had a very tough year themselves, with Justine now not only running our group, AAC6, which is surgery, ENT, critical care, and anesthesia, but also medicine and something else in number 7. So really, I think half of the departments in the faculty under Justine, and a lean group of administrators who really keep the lights on. So we thank them very much. And of course, in my office, Stephanie Branco at the MGH, and Maria, who continues to help out as well. And you can always come and get some candy. And I want to thank the surgical exec on all of your behalf. You heard from some of them today, but also our division chiefs. They do work very hard to support all of you, and it's a great team, and I'm very lucky to have all their advice and commitment to our clinical and academic missions. If you're looking for some holiday reading, you got 2 great things this week, the Square Knot edition, and thank you to Carolina and to Dr. Taba, who would be very happy to pass on the Square Knot to someone else in the editor role, but has continued to do it for us. So thank you, and our annual report as well. So if you're looking for some light reading here, you won't have to look any further than this. And thank you very much, everybody. Lots to be proud of in our department, and to be appreciative, mostly working with all of you. And I hope everybody gets a little bit of rest and relaxation, and be ready for whatever 2026 has to throw at us. So there, we're going to stop right there. And I think we're a bit out of time, so we won't really be able to take questions or comments. But as Dr. Barralet said, we're going to have the presentation up, and if anybody has any questions or feedback, you can always get in touch. So thank you very much. Have a great day, and happy holidays and Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Leanne. Happy holidays.
Bye.